I was like 12 or 13. Okay. And I'd gone to my first wheelchair tennis tournament. Didn't do particularly well, a little bummed out. And there was this older guy that was there. He was like 16 or 17. And I thought he was the coolest person in the world because I was like 12 or 13. He was like 16 or 17. And he he could see that I was a little bummed out, and there were a couple of us sitting in the hallway, and he said, "Do you want to see something funny?" And I was like, "Of course I do. I'm 12. I want to see something funny." He was a high-level double amputee when he was born. When he was born, he was his hips were fused in the front, so his hips were amputated. So on his license it says he's 2'5". So he would sit in a prosthetic like he had normal legs, but he could kind of hop out of his body and he could walk on his hands, right? So he'd hop back in his prosthetic in his chair, push around, hop out of his body. Okay, and it was a pretty like visual shocking thing because he become half a person. So I'm sitting there watching, and he hopped out of his body, and he took his wheelchair apart, and he threw it in the closet, and then he pulled the pillow out of a pillowcase, and he threw it under the bed, and he hopped in the pillowcase about 30 seconds before the cleaning lady came in. And I'm sitting in the hallway with another guy, and he had one arm, one leg on opposite sides, because he had like an electricity accident years ago. And we're watching this visual, and the cleaning lady cleans about half the room, and then she gets to this lumpy 40-pound pillow. She tries to lift it, and she can't lift it because it's a lumpy 40-pound pillow. And so she nudges it with her foot, and he still doesn't move. And then she opens the pillowcase, and he flies out. Boo! Gotcha! And a half a person flies out and jumps right at the cleaning lady. And she screams and she runs down the hall, understandably. But Keith is really fast on his hands, and at this point he feels horrible, so he's chasing her down the hallway. Lady, I'm sorry, lady, wait. And this is a half a man flying down the hallway on his hands, chasing after her. And then there's this 12-year-old kid going after them. Then there's a guy one arm, one leg pushing down the hall going after them. And we are making quite a train going through the hotel. And we clear the lobby before she stops, and people are checking in the hotel going, why is a half a man chasing the cleaning lady? And what I think was, and we were not invited back to that hotel, but what I think was important for me to realize at that age was, I mean, A, don't terrify cleaning staff, but B, that it was okay to laugh at a disability, that kind of mentorship, and that's healthy inspiration where I'm like, oh, cool, we can laugh at ourselves. This was, for a young child with a disability, that was a great learning experience to go, there's a lot of humor in this. There's a lot of appreciation of our disabilities. There's a lot of great experiences that we're going to be able to share together that other people aren't going to be able to understand, right? And we're going to be able to have this community. And that was a really important moment for me. And I think one of those moments that I took away from sports at a young age going, this is a community that's interesting to be part of because there's a lot of shared experience here.